this is another tip video, but kind of in the opposite direction. These are things that I do not want you to do, and I'm going to tell you why. The footage in the background is, again, comic revisions. I promise I'm almost done with them. They'll be gone soon. I think there should be one more video after this that has more comic revisions in it, but after that, I'm done with them. I promise. I promise. Anyway, go check out my comic in my website, link in the description. Anyway, let's go. Number 1, don't overwork yourself. I know I stressed this in the first video as well, but I almost ruined my hand overworking 9 lives. Overworking myself on 9 lives. Jesus Christ, I can't talk. Don't do that. Don't be like me. Take breaks, make a schedule, limit yourself. Only do as many pages as you can actually do comfortably. I talked a lot about this in my last video. Go check out that one. In my last Comic 6 video. I don't know what the actual last video was. It'll be in the iCard. Go check out that video, the video that's in the iCard right now. And I'll talk to you more about why you shouldn't overwork yourself and how to not do that. 2. Don't rely on established sites like Webtoon and Tapas. If you want to be an established comic artist, you want to look professional. You should try and build your own website and host your comic as its primary and as a primary home. You also never want to use these. You'll also never know when these established sites might disappear. Multiple comic sites of old have disappeared from existence in the past. Be careful. You never know how long Webtoon is going to last. We don't know how long it's going to last. It's going pretty downhill recently. It might not last very long. Number 3. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. All artists make mistakes. Don't stay on a page for hours trying to fix every little detail and make it perfect, especially if you're a beginner. Being too afraid to make mistakes will also deter you from experimenting. I personally experiment a lot in 9 Lives, with more complicated backgrounds, interesting perspectives, new poses, composition. Experimenting and making mistakes can be really fun and helpful if you let yourself do it. Number 4, don't get caught in a remake loop. I've seen a couple other people talk about this issue, so I thought that I'd do my due diligence and also talk about it. One thing that beginner comics will do is redraw old pages. This isn't bad. I also redraw my old pages. I have redrawn the first scene of 9 Lives, and I have redrawn a ton of other comics that you can actually go watch on this channel right now. But the problem comes in when you keep doing it over and over again. Don't do that. Stuck in this loop of feedback is very dangerous. You might just never actually continue your comic if you keep doing this. Redrawing your comic will improve your art style, yes, and it will improve your skills. But that doesn't mean that you need to fix every little mistake that you've ever made. Let mistakes be mistakes, like I said in my last point. I suggest only redrawing pages that you think are necessary. I redrawn 9 Lives Season 1, like I said, because it's ugly, and I hate it. And that is the only reason that I redrew it. And it probably will be the only one that I will redraw until later. I do plan to redraw them, but mostly until I print it. That is my plan. And I only redrew scene 1 of 9 Lives because I was transferring it to the website. You can actually still find all of the original pages still on Webtoon, because I'm not going to update them. I don't really care. They're all going to live over there, and they're going to stay there forever. And you can go look at them, and you can compare them to the new ones, and look at them, and cringe at the old ones, and be like, what the fuck is that? Because I don't know what the fuck it is. Anyway, now, there are also revisions that are different. Making slight edits to pages to make them look better, but not completely redrawing them. This is fine. This is perfect. You should probably do this, especially if you're doing printing and transferring. But so you may also want to do this for continuity issues, because sometimes old pages may make mistakes, and maybe you've changed something and you want to go back and fix it. For instance, I had to edit all of the pages in 9 Lives more than were like actually messy and like gross, because I changed Chris's skin tone halfway through, and I just changed Thea's hair color. So I wanted to change both of those colors to look proper and look like they do now. So I went back and changed them. This, okay, change things if you need to, but only if you need to. 5. Don't be a perfectionist. As I said before, don't spend hours and hours on a page to try and make it look perfect. It's not going to. Some of my favorite pages of 9 Lives have mistakes in characters, or even entire props and items missing. Not every panel needs to look extremely good. Not every panel of my comic looks good. It doesn't matter. The quality of your art is not the only part of your comic that is important. And in fact, your story needs to shine through more than your art does. And your art is only there to accentuate the story and tell the story. If you spend too much time trying to make every single page look perfect, you will never stop. Because perfection doesn't exist, especially in the art world. Art is subjective, and no matter what you do, people will have opinions, and you will have your own opinions, and you will see flaws in things even if nobody else does. And there's no use trying to fix them, wasting your life away, because you will never, ever reach that perfection. I promise you. So, calm down. It's okay. You can make some mistakes. It'll be okay. 6. Don't let external validation be your only motivation. I know looking at how many likes and views your comic gets is really exciting. I know it's really exciting when I get comments from multiple people, people repeating comics because they've seen my comic before. They're here because they've watched it up until this point, and they really like it. And they're talking about it in the comments multiple times over the course of other scenes. This is really cool. But you don't want to make this your only source of validation. As much motivation as it can give you, it will not. It is only temporary. Make sure that you love the story that you're telling and the comic without that external validation, because you never know when that's gonna stop. You never know when those numbers are gonna stop rising, or when maybe a commenter that has been commenting on your comic for years will disappear without a reason. You never know what people are doing and why they're not reading your comic anymore, but you never want to let that get to you. You want to have the reason that you're making your comic because you like the comic. Love the idea of sharing your story, not seeing the reaction. Love the process of making it, not just seeing the numbers rise. If you're just in it for the numbers, it can be very disheartening when those numbers stop going. Find other reasons to keep going. Number 7. Don't choose a story because it's popular. It's easy to fall into a trope that's extremely popular in hopes of getting high viewership. But that shouldn't be the only reason that you're making a comic. Adding and using tropes is fine. In fact, it's pretty fun and can be a nice addition to your story, and even a base if you're struggling to find one. And even I have a few tropes in my story. I'm not going to say any of them, because that's fucking spoilers, but you shouldn't be making it for the sole reason that people like this trope. I should use this trope, so people will read my comic. You want to be making a story you're passionate about, not because it's popular. Especially since you probably won't be getting that high viewership immediately anyway. Plus, excessive use of tropes can be annoying. Especially if there are tons of comics using the same trope literally everywhere. You shouldn't try to blend into what's popular. You won't stand out in that sea of similarity. You want to stand out. You want to be unique. Build your story that's different because you want to write it, not because you see other people are doing this thing and they're being successful, so why won't I be successful? And it's exactly that kind of thinking that will make you not be successful. Anyway, you shouldn't be trying to make your story you shouldn't be trying to make a comic because you want to be popular in the first place. You're making it because you want to. And that is it for my pep talk of the day. Thank you all for watching. As I said before, you can go check out 9 Lives in the link in the description to my website, along with other things. Yeah, go check those things out. I love you guys. Go check out my other videos too. I have some other videos on here that I've referenced in this video, that I've talked about, comic stuff. I also just do art in general over here. Yeah. Let me know if you want me to talk about anything in particular in the next video. Bye-bye.